Kids, we have been talking about climate change and the impacts and what we can do about it. Now let's conclude with the last chapter of this book by Gail Herman called What is Climate Change? In this chapter, we'll talk about what the future holds for us if we continue this way with our emissions and our energy-intensive lifestyles, or if we switch around and say energy is going to be made all from non-carbon sources, renewable energy, and so on. Lots of bad scenarios are already put out in terms of how warm it will get by 2100, how much the sea level will rise, how many crops will die, how many people will become landless with sea level rise and disappearing islands, and so on and so forth. But we also need to figure out how we got here from the beginning. So the beginning, what is the beginning? Well, you can go back to hunter-gatherers when we were in fact coexisting with other species of our Homo sapiens, but also Neanderthals and so on. We were interbreeding. The last ice age ended about 12,000 years ago and left us standing alone as Homo sapiens. And then we went from being hunter-gatherers to agriculturalists and farmers. And there are some debates about whether hunter-gatherers were really more environmentally friendly than us. But for sure, when we became farmers, we began to settle down more. We began to do agriculture at larger and larger scales. That led to some feedbacks in terms of our population growing and growing and growing. And we kept on doing various things. Diseases came along. We migrated around the world for, we had too many resources to build armies and invade places or build boats and go sailing like Columbus did and Vasco da Gama did and so on. And boom came the Industrial Revolution. We used to burn only biomass, plants, trees, leaves, etc. Then we started digging up for coal and we started producing things in big quantities with factories after the Industrial Revolution. Then we found oil and gas, and then we started consuming more and more. Lifespan grew, population grew, and here we are with over 8 billion, and we are doing climate change by burning fossil fuels at a very rapid rate, and that's what we are talking about. Now we have to talk about where we are headed with this if we don't stop doing what we are doing, and how will we do things differently. Produce energy from sun and wind and nuclear and hydro and so on. Produce less meat or produce food more environmentally friendly ways, and of course we will drive around in our EVs and so on and so forth. Okay, so we have to think about these things. We'll come back and continue.